All right, let's see what we're breaking down today. This time we tried to just focus on getting one match while the rolling was going on. We're starting off with wrestler Kevin and Anthony. Anthony's trying to go for that knee bar. So Kevin, let's work on this a little bit because you two are going to have to beat each other up at the tournament coming up this weekend. You need to establish crossface, Kevin, or do whatever you can to prevent this shoulder, Anthony's shoulder right here, from rotating underneath or downward in this direction. If he can go that way, he can invert, he can isolate the legs. So you either need to get a good solid crossface going, or an arm or your chest or shoulder in front of that shoulder so he cannot invert underneath you. That's a good attempt right here, but obviously you were not consistent enough and he was able to bump and start to roll underneath. That's good that you have the arm in there. Same thing now, this needs to become a crossface again to try and kill the inversion, which will kill his hips. You need to use this leg to windshield wiper and pin that foot to the ground so that you can take your outside leg and windshield wiper it out of danger. Because then your foot will be out of middle and you will be fine from the foot lock. Not a back step there. Bring that over the top, which you have all day to do right now. So make sure in the future, Kevin, you bring that over the top so you can windshield wiper the middle one over the top of the back of the calf. Use your, yep, that's better head position. Needs to put Anthony down. You need to bring your head back down into this in the center of Anthony's chest, because if not, if you play here line up, Anthony's going to try and Kimura this arm. Head needs to be higher up Anthony's body. Also, let's go back just a little bit. When you start to actually put your head in good head position here, I keep going a little bit farther. All right. So this hand needs to be grabbing low on Anthony's pant leg, and you need to be straightening your arm in between your legs there, okay? The higher up you grab, you'll already notice your elbow is kind of popping out here. That means Anthony will be able to isolate it at some point and make your life miserable. That needs to be a low grip, and you need to straighten your arm. Anthony, you need to do a better job here about turning the corner with your hips and focus less on getting to the triangle off the bat. You might not even be able to get the triangle unless you can rotate around the corner just a tiny bit more. Anthony going for the Kimura. He's going to swing around in a second. Armbar. Anthony, you have slightly too much space here. You need to bring your body closer to his arm so that you have a better chance of breaking the grip. Like all this space right there, not ideal for a good grip break here. Now, Anthony, if you get stuck here, you can do, I think they call it the Ronda Rousey armbar now. I'm not exactly sure what the name for it is anymore. But take this arm right here. So switch which one is isolating grips. This arm right here goes to what I'm assuming will be Kevin's leg behind there. And then you'll spin and pivot underneath as you corkscrew underneath Kevin here. Or you need to open up and, yeah, fuck it and bail. I think I was talking shit to Kevin about how he's a dirty wrestler. That needs to be in front. There's no way you have an angle right now on his head for a guillotine. Hips too neutral, and you're too high up on Anthony's thigh here. Anthony's probably going to look to use this overhook to kind of stick you in place. I'm assuming he's going to open up and try and either isolate your leg as he throws you to the side or reestablish guard. So Kevin, you need to bring this leg in tight between both of his legs and open your hips up in this direction. And start to windshield wiper that foot out of there. But the closer Anthony inches you to his hip, the more he's going to be able to pop you in this direction. Game of inches now. Good pop off to the side there, Kevin. Good job maintaining proper head position on this side. So as soon as Anthony comes under here, swing your other arm over to the other side for the 100 kilos position, just to stick him a little bit more. Or go to knee on belly if you want to try and opt to get your 2 points. And Anthony, you need to be looking at this situation now. Is you're down on points. He's got a solid pass. He's got 2 points. All your submission attempts never once were a sweep, so none of them count as points for the tournament that we're doing. So got to make sure that we're keeping in mind time here. If he reestablishes this, Anthony, that will be a pass. Doesn't quite have side control established again, though. Anthony's going to try to swing around for that Kimura again. Kevin, when we were talking about reverse Kimura, this might be a spot where I might have attempted it. Seatbelt grip. And that's time. So Anthony, you lost that match on points. So you gotta kind of keep in mind, buddy, like if there's 2 minutes left, maybe slow down on the sub attempts if you're down on points. Try and get the points back to even, and then you can start going for the subs again. Oh boy, Anthony and Brett. Now Kevin probably tried to thumb your head open. Jerk. I like your style, Brett. Say fuck it, we'll start right off in a guillotine. That needs to be a crossface on Anthony. Brett, that's gonna get your back taken, buddy. And Anthony's being real lazy on that bottom leg to regard. He's got all the space in the world to come up underneath this. That should be a sit to regard right now. What's up, Omar and Teddy? So he's got this right here, Brett. If Anthony gets on here with a knee shield, man, Anthony, I don't know why you let that go. Now he's just going to try and put your head to the mat for a guillotine. I would have liked to have seen you complete the 360 a second ago, Brett. We need to be setting up ham sandwich / bear trap at that point. And Anthony was already by the legs. Oh, fancy. Quick feet. Quick feet. Look at Brett with the dance moves. You can tell he's been doing his dance classes. So something that I addressed in class today. So you guys are getting a little bit too perpendicular while elbow is exposed. So this elbow is slightly exposed here. I don't know if Anthony attacks this or not yet. It doesn't matter. It will be an opportunity for Anthony later. So Anthony is going in this direction here. So Brett, I would like your body over in this direction, okay? But what's happening is you've now shifted. So you're here with your chest going this way, and you're starting to become perpendicular to Anthony, which would be fine if your head is down and in between. But with your head up where it is, this elbow is always primed for attack, okay? So if you are going to start to inch around perpendicular, the only time that we inch around perpendicular is if our elbow is safe, okay? And the ways that we keep it safe is keep our head in between elbow and body, okay? Or this elbow is already snug and nice and tight to our body, which it is not here. And this is starting to become a habit with you guys at noon. Yeah, I mean, Anthony could have grabbed it right there. You are going parallel, which will hide it a little bit. Anthony's probably going to just try to shoot for your neck. Swing the hips around. All right, and you got to crossface, so now you're good to go, Brett. I'm not exactly sure why you disengaged there. So before he can get his hips too high, you start using your leg to kick him up and put him back down and use that whizzer. Don't let Anthony bring his knee through. He's already got grips isolating on your leg. If he gets that leg through, you're going to be in some trouble. You need to get your head down in there, using your head to separate his body from your leg. Anthony's now got deep isolation. Let it go. If you do jump mount, you have to clear that grip, Brett. And now, because you tried to backstep there, Anthony's probably going to get belly down straight ankle lock on that. It's always a danger to try and long step, back step out of single leg X. Like, it's just going to usually just sweep yourself and get you tilted. Windshield wiper that foot over the bottom leg there, Brett, if you really want to give him some trouble. Anthony's arm is already safe from the Kimura. It's up, so he's going to try and take your back right off the DVD. That was piss poor on Anthony's part. He should have taken your back. Oh, Jesus. This is about to turn into a Boston Crab. It's going to be fucking sweet. Oh, no, Brett. Getting close to the camera, you fucks. Alright. Don't know what's going on. Fast forward. Fast forward. Apparently you guys never come back on camera. That's nice. Alright, good. Good job, Brett and Anthony. Alright, who's next? Teddy? Teddy and Anthony. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Talk, talk, talk. Alright, here we go. Anthony, get out of the habit of those sloppy guard pulls. Let's pretend like matches are against people who are good. Teddy, this arm isn't going to stop Anthony's bottom leg, so you have nothing dealing with his bottom leg at this point, which means that passing and reguarding is going to be impossible. Anthony's just going to back roll and guillotine you now. Alright, so right in this situation, unless your hips are owning the bottom's leg distance, so like his knee is past your hip line, this isn't going to do you any good in that spot. So next time this crossface hand, just make sure that you clear that leg past your hip line first. Because you're never going to get around the guard legs at that point. Especially if he's way up on his side like that. What's your other hand doing, Teddy? Should be grabbing a leg or something. Should never just be doing nothing. Push your hips in hard to clear this leg. Oh, and that's it for this match, guys. On to part 2.